Yes, sir. Ooh, that hurt. I mean, see, that felt good just now. What's up, chat? I'm gonna run some music for y'all, bro. Like, in the midst of me. We finna get this shit popping. Key Glock. I don't own the rights to none of your music, my boy. But I tell you what, I'm about to run into Key Glock. Excuse me, we finna get it popping. Hold on. Big Mac sauce, double dipped in buffalo and ranch, more ranch, and creamy chili McCrispy strip dip. Now at McDonald's. Okay. Okay. We finna get this pop. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, chill. I've been fucked up, down bad. Alright.
Or maybe I'm just not ready to let go.
What's going on?
Hold on, chill. Alright. What the business is, man? Y'all didn't know what the fuck going on, man. We outside, we inside, we outside. If you beautiful, if you love your life, you love yourself, you love your mama, sister, cousin, auntie, stepson, step family, you know what I'm saying? You love your life. Drop your favorite emoji, like, comment, subscribe. Y'all already know what to do, bro. I greatly appreciate y'all, pulling up. You know what I'm saying? Come vibe. You know what I'm saying? Come peep out some shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to watch a whole bunch of videos with shit that I do in real, some shit. So I'm about to get into doing reviews. It's my first time really tapping in with them. I'm trying to do a whole bunch of shit. From dance videos, my dance videos, friends, music, everything. Fuck all that. We finna turn up for a check, bro. We finna, yeah. You hear me? So, with that being said, can y'all see me? Yeah, I can see me good like that. Okay. Okay. This is one of my people that I watch on YouTube when I'm regular. I want to, catch up on shit. Some of the shit I feel like don't be real, but some of the shit it's dumb, but come on, man. Y'all know how they go, bro. Y'all know how they go. Let's tap in.
Toxic gamers, it looks like that we got a whole lot of gaming disasters to talk about from the PlayStation 6, from everybody saying, hey, if you do not want a PlayStation 6, it seems way too early, to the GTA 6 news, and now we're also hearing about The Last of Us Part 3. We're hearing about Uncharted 5. We got Call of Duty news out there as well. Let's get down to it.
Lately, I've been hearing some chatter online about the PlayStation 6.
Yeah.
There are rumors that it could be released as early as 2027, and that just makes me feel awful. Don't get me wrong though, normally I'd be hype about this, but this time around, I don't know, something just feels off. Like the timing is weird. Or
Yeah.
maybe I'm just not ready to let go of this generation yet.
No,
And I-
everybody's feeling that way, and this is why I wanted to like play this clip, because yes, like even I covered the news about, you guys heard about it, YouTubers are covering the news for it. It's like nobody cares. It's not that people don't want another console, it's just that it feels too early. But we know it's
Yeah,
not too early
really
because
is
we're hearing
too-
it's gonna come out in
Like, chat, I ain't even gonna lie. It is too early for a console, because even the people that's finally exploring different games, consoles to PC, man, get these people to go ahead and, like, you know, enjoy it. Like, because you never know. Like, even old shit is trending, and people still want to get back in their old field to make it, you know, remastered and shit like that. But I don't know, bro. The PlayStation 5 is a great console. Like, I can't explain no more than itself. Like, PlayStation 5 console is a great console. Xbox console is a great console. I'm a fan of both. I'm a fan of games. But if I would have picked, I would have picked PlayStation. Only because I'm not about to tell y'all that we're going to do another video about that. We're gonna do a video with comparisons of, you know, why the way I feel about PlayStation over the Xbox. But, you know, that's just that. But just like what dude said, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just too early for a console.
27, so that's gonna be like a perfect 7-year window. But it's just that we don't even have that many games on the PS5 and Series X.
No.
What if you can create your own website by saying, this is what I want? With Wix,
bad,
you
Chad.
can.
And I've got this sneaky feeling that I'm not alone here. Now,
Yeah,
you might
no,
be
not
wondering,
alone.
wait, what's the big deal? New consoles happen all the time. And yeah, you're right, they do. But this time feels different. Usually, by the time we start hearing rumors about a new console, it feels like we fully explored and enjoyed the current one. We had those
Facts.
groundbreaking games, those big defining moments, those unforgettable experiences that really make the console feel complete.
Yeah,
And we get to that point where we want that new hardware. We're tired of playing on the old hardware. You know what I'm saying? But that hasn't happened for this generation yet. And I don't think it's going to feel that way even 2 years after I recorded this video.
Exactly.
It still feels like we've barely scratched.
So yeah, basically rumors, and this is more than just a rumor because the news comes from officially Sony. You know, back when, you know, Sony, PlayStation, and Microsoft and Activision, they were fighting with FTC in court, right, to acquire. Xbox wanted to acquire Activision, which they have, and they did. But back when, situations when they were iffy, you know, through official documents, we discovered that the next console from PlayStation is either going to come out by the end of 2027 or in 2028. And yes, 2027, if it comes out by the end of 2027, it would be 7 years. And that's basically normal for a new PlayStation console. So it's more than just a rumor now. They can still delay it a little bit further if they want to, but it's more than just rumors. And 2
This
years
time
from
just-
now, I mean,
No cap, time just been flying by faster than a bitch. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like time really flew by. Fast as shit. Chat, can y'all see my stuff? Oh man, hold on. That's weird as hell. There we go. I'm so sorry about that, chat. So, this what I was watching. I'm gonna just run it back. Well, here, I'm gonna just continue from where we started at. Y'all pretty much heard it. But give me a break. I'm just learning the program. I'm getting better at it, bro. Getting better at it, bro. I promise you I am. Let's get back to it.
Yeah, I mean, the only game that's probably gonna be big is gonna be GTA 6, and I'm saying probably because we gotta talk about GTA 6 in just a little bit, okay? So yeah, and hopefully that game is not gonna fail us, but wait for it.
Scratch the surface with the PS5. Like, we've got a lot of unfinished business still. And listen, I know how this sounds, maybe a bit grumpy or like I'm getting stuck in the past, but it's not really nostalgia. It's just that I feel like we're racing forward way too fast in a weird way. Technology moves quick, I get that, but sometimes it moves so fast that I feel like I barely get to appreciate what I already have. But you know, I will say this, there is no need to jump to the next upgrade immediately. Even when the PS6 drops, the PS5 will still be a great system to enjoy for years to come. I just feel like I want the PS5 to get more...
And the fact is that whatever game that's gonna come, it's probably gonna be on PS5 too, just like how still we're getting games on PS4, bro. And it's not that like, you know, like PS4 bad, PS4 this or that. It's just that, why do we have PS5, bro? Why do we have PS5 if we gonna get games on the PS4? Now, admittedly, yes, the games, resolution-wise, graphics-wise, are better on the PS5. I get that. But, like, still, I mean, damn, bro, like, we don't even have that many good games, and we're already talking about PlayStation 6, bro.
More attention from Sony before they split their focus and...
I just believe you don't really need that many games. No matter what I put on my fucking lap, bro. Shit always, god damn. Like I was saying, they threw me off just now. She pissed me off. She falling off me, chick.
Yet another platform to their arsenal, if that makes any sense.
That's what I was saying. I feel like you don't need that many games, but then again, I understand you just gotta have that game that sticks out to make that console that console. But me personally, man, PlayStation been stamped already, bro. Like, they don't have nothing else to prove besides just continually upgrading their production, the level of the games that they producing. Like, just keep going. Just me.
Maybe you feel the same way, maybe you don't. Either way is fine, but if you're nodding your head right now, even just a little bit, stick with me here and let's talk this out, because honestly, I'm just... I'm just not ready for the PS6 yet. Let me ask you a question. Does the PS5 feel old to you yet? Because honestly, it still feels brand new to me. And I don't mean in that fresh out of the box type of way, but in a more meaningful sense. Like, if this console generation were a net...
Yo, damn, I don't know, but you know this portion, bro, the graphics, I don't know, man. Yo, like, it didn't look, what the hell? I remember when they first revealed it, it looked so good. Now it does not. Like, what happened? I mean, it's one of those things.
Y'all don't think our eyes is, like, got better develop a better vision of a look of what we want to see? Or is it the fact we really damn near want games to be damn near close to reality? I don't know. AI is a bitch, but also up here is crazy.
Right, certain cutscenes or aspects don't look that good, and this happens to be just one of those.
Fresh out of the box type of way, but in a more meaningful sense. Like, if this console generation were a Netflix series, I'd swear we're still stuck in season 1, waiting for the real plot to begin. I will say though, in the defense of the PS5, we have gotten some really excellent games. My 3 favorite being Demon's Souls, Returnal, and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Each one of those games set
I thought he was gonna say Stellar Blade for obvious reasons, but okay, he did not.
my heart aflame by how beautiful they were, how satisfying they played, and in Rebirth's case, how engrossing and enjoyable the story was. And you know, when I pull up a list for the current PS5 exclusive games, we do have a good amount. Honestly, I would even say we have a great amount of exclusives so far. And if you're watching the video, I'm showing gameplay clips of all the games that have been released on the PS5 so far. So if we do have a good amount of games on the PS5, then why do I feel this way? Why am I not ready to move on? I've never felt this way about any console generation ever.
Exactly, though.
That's crazy.
Now, on paper, we did get some games. Some would argue a lot of PlayStation, Sony Pony exclusive, but it just feels empty, though. It just feels like we didn't get enough. I think it's multiple reasons, right? A lot of live service games, right? They want to nickel and dime us, microtransactions, this, that, the other, unfinished messes, and also our expectations are rising, no doubt about it, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing. So I'm not gonna put it in a bad category, but it's true. So our expectations are rising. Also, we're getting old, and and time is flying way too quick right now too. Probably because we're getting older and also responsibilities creeping in. So there is that. And also, I mean, games nowadays, they don't look too different. I mean, we haven't even seen like a graphical leap. You know, for example, I remember when they first revealed God of War 2018 back at E3 2016. And another thing is that E3 is no longer happening, right? So they permanently canceled, which is just real sad. But we're getting Summer Game Fest soon, so I'll probably be live streaming that too. Battlefield is probably gonna get revealed, so excited about that. Hopefully that game is gonna be busting, because so far, based on what they have shown and what we have seen, it does look pretty good. But I think it's just multitude of things right now. Yeah, but moving on to this one. So Activision got humbled. They finally got what they deserve, and I love it. That's the homie Nero Shenema roll.
Round of video coming off the heels of yesterday's Season 4 reveal. We got some new footage of the upcoming Grief game mode, which I truly do hope is good. I had so much fun playing Grief with my friends back in the day in Black Ops 2. Like, Black Ops 2 Zombies, especially for the time, was freaking incredible. So much fun, and bringing back Grief after all this time. Hopefully it's going to be good, but we also got some news.
And quick thoughts on Black Ops 6 Zombies. You guys like it or don't like it, or you find it meh or alright? I would say alright for me. Like, I didn't enjoy that much of Black Ops Cold War Zombies other than its gameplay. The gameplay was solid. Call of Duty gameplay has always has been solid.
Before he finish, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, Chad. Me personally, what Call of Duty that was? What is Wordplay? Like, not Wordplay. Warzone, tripping. Warzone Zombies is so slept on. To me, that was a great zombie developed game because it shows different levels from zombies to levels which you could be, you could survive. It just so much shit. It just steadily grab your attention that you can do. Like I know a lot of YouTube content creators and shit and gamers and all. They probably find a lot of loopholes to get through the game quicker and all the other shit, but even with just figuring that shit out, it's still exciting. Like, y'all can't tell me Warzone Zombies wasn't the shit, bro. Like, to me, I need to go ahead and download that bitch back again. I wonder if we can still play. I don't know if people still playing it or not, but that Zombies is slept on, bro. No lie. That Zombies is slept on.
Never had it.
But no, I do, of course, Black Ops is #1 to me, but ever since I seen, just like what he said, we haven't seen any upgrades or new developed shit. I feel like that was the next level of what they could do with zombies. Of people going into this shit. Like, that shit is crazy.
Complaints about the gameplay, like gameplay is always good for Call of Duty, right? But zombies just, you know what I'm saying? This time, yeah, I do play sometimes. I mean, it's not as good as something like Black Ops 3. It's missing the heart. You know, like that's what Black Ops 6 is missing, in my honest opinion. But other than that, the recent 2 maps have been better than previous maps. I'll say that for sure.
About just how terribly Activision failed recently with one of their projects. Now, normally it's in poor taste to kick somebody when they're down, but when it comes to Activision, I think we're going to take literally every chance we can get to poke fun at them because of all the bullshit they pulled on us over the course of the past couple of years. Recently, I'm sure you guys heard the news that Warzone Mobile got shut down. Activision came out and said basically they just weren't making enough money, so they shut everything down, and they aren't even giving out refunds to anybody who purchased items within the game.
Not giving refunds, hey man. that's classic Activision. And also before I forgot, like, okay, now like I had this I wanted to talk about this, right? When we were speaking about the PlayStation 6. Now the only thing that's carrying us, the only hope that we have is GTA 6 more. Because everybody else kind of failed us. Everybody else kind of failed us. I mean, of course, there have been like good games, this and that, but Ubisoft failed us big time, and with the Captain Cherry Blossom Flower, Captain BBC. I just wanted to salute the Captain BBC, bro. Alright, let's get back to
BBC is crazy. I don't know why we're using that term, but he's using that term for that or that. We're not gonna get into it, but hey, yo,
Game. Well, thanks to the game business, who we covered recently for exposing just how bad the Black Ops 6 player count really is, we can now see exactly how badly Activision failed and just how humbled they got. So, it turns out that since March of 2024, when Warzone Mobile came out, Activision only made $17 million from that game. And when you hear that, it doesn't really mean a whole lot. We need a bit of
Like, come on now, my nigga. Like, come on now. Come on now. Just $17 million from a fucking app? Like, what the fuck is... I'm knocking lights down and shit. Like, what the fuck are we doing here, bro? Like, bruh. That shit like that wasn't nothing. How much y'all was trying to make off that motherfucker? Because, bitch, if I had made $17 million from a fucking video game app, man, come on, Che, y'all know what it is.
Here, so for context, it turns out that the original Call of Duty Mobile, which is developed by Tencent and not by Activision Studios, well, COD Mobile makes more than $17 million every single month. And it took Warzone Mobile well over a year to do what COD Mobile does in a month. It was a colossal failure, and that's why Activision ultimately...
Say right now, say you swear to God, bro. I'm pretty sure the homie Emo Blame Cook, he would be jumping right now. Pause. He would be jumping, man. He would be getting ready to make a new YouTube video. Yeah, all that, bro. I cannot wait. Absolutely, I cannot wait. But dang, Activision said, hey man, we're not making money. Even though like we sold skins, people bought skins, we're not gonna refund. Bruh. Okay. Classic Activision.
They shut the game down. From the start, the game was pretty much doomed because Activision tried to do what they always do, which is release a subpar game and hope to cash in on brand recognition alone, and then maybe, if they get to it, slowly fix the game over time and try to get it up to the standard, right? They do this with virtually all of their mainline Call of Duty games anymore. We see it year after year, and I think they figured they could just do the same thing on mobile as well, you know, just throw out Warzone so people can play it on their phones, put Verdansk in there and lock Verdansk exclusively with
and also break people's phones, make sure that the phones get overheated and all that. Cannot forget that.
Warzone Mobile, and then just sit back and watch the money roll in, right? Well, that's not exactly what ended up happening. The game got absolutely blasted with negative reviews right away because it ran like shit. It was burning up and blowing up people's phones. The shop was incredibly predatory, along with also being incredibly black.
Yeah, there we go, right? There we go. It was blowing up people's phones. I guess he's like a little extreme. It was not like literally blowing up people's phones. Not literally, but it was like, yeah, it was overheating people's phones though, you know, it was way too much for the phones to handle. And I'm talking about those like new phones, you know, the one that you pay good money for. The $1,000 plus phones, brothers. The $1,000 plus phones. They were overheating those suckers too, bruh. And with microtransactions, I mean, cat damn. They even got my non-existent dog to have that diddy look though. Even though my dog is getting that, not my dog, my online dog getting that diddy look right now. Yeah, they went even extreme than the friendly UAV online bundle. You know, they sold this bundle extra. You know what I'm saying? Bruh.
Albeit to a lesser extent, in the mainline Call of Duty games, you know, Black Ops 6, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3. We've said it time and time again, there isn't anything really inherently wrong with Black Ops 6 as compared to other Call of Duty games. Legacy was a side story to the Uncharted series, but now they're probably giving...
I definitely want bigger projects, and make no mistake, Naughty Dog has been pretty good in a lot of
Uncharted, let's get it.
5 or Last of Us Part 3. So let's go over the Uncharted 5 and Last of Us Part 3 aspect, then move to the Naughty Dog update. Reading from Push Square, there's been speculation in recent times about Naughty Dog's upcoming project, and now in its light update, the Last of Us director Neil Druckmann has revealed he's involved in a second title at the studio. Druckmann has not only been locked in as one of the directors of
Yo, please keep him away from Uncharted 5, man. I don't want to see Nathan Drake to die in the game, bro. Yeah, man, keep him away, man.
Intergalactic Heretic Prophet, but he's also confirmed he's working in, only been locked in as one of the directors of Intergalactic Heretic Prophet, but he's also confirmed he's working in more of a producer role on this second unannounced project. Here's part of what he had to say during a chat with the Press X to Continue podcast this week. Then there's another game that's being worked on at Naughty Dog where I'm in more of a producer role and I get to mentor, watch this other team and give feedback and be the executive in the room. I enjoy all these roles, and the fact that I jump from one to the next makes my job very exciting and always feeling fresh. I'm never bored. This follows a story in March suggesting Sean S.K.
Of course, you're not gonna be bored when you kill Joel in the game and kill everybody's hope. Yeah, and then Gamer's mad. And now you got the Intergalactic out there. Hopefully he's not going to be touching Nathan Drake though. Pause, but
Uncharted Lost Legacy could be leading a second unannounced game at Naughty Dog with Anthony Newman, Last of Us Part 2, also potentially connected to the studio's unannounced project. Naughty Dog originally announced it had more than one PlayStation 5 single-player title in the works in 2023 when it confirmed the cancellation of its Last of Us multiplayer project. So people have been wondering what this second project is. Looking at the information we have from Daniel RPK, he stated that Naughty Dog has a second project in the works that's not The Last of Us Part 3, but obviously that's just a rumor. We've had other rumors as well talking about an
yeah, I don't think they're gonna drop The Last of Us Part 3 that quick, right? And the reason Uncharted comes into play, or a lot of people think it's Uncharted, is because of the movie that released as well, and we're gonna have more Uncharted movies from with Tom Holland, if I'm not mistaken. They confirmed that too. So yeah, Sony wanna boost Uncharted. Uncharted is PlayStation. PlayStation is Uncharted. Uncharted, Spider-Man, Last of Us, right? These are like the bigger God of War. These are the bigger franchises that are known for PlayStation, and PlayStation is known by them. So they're not gonna cut it down. They're gonna amplify it. They're gonna make more and more and more. And of course, we've had rumors for a very long time that a new Uncharted game, it has been in development, and it's very likely we're gonna get it. It's just a matter of when.
The Last of Us Part 3, but obviously that's just a rumor. We've had other rumors as well talking about an Uncharted reboot, but those were tied with the game being in the works at another studio. But we've seen Naughty Dog take a project that began at another studio and take control of it and take it in-house and start doing work on it themselves, like the Last of Us remake, which actually started at another studio, not Naughty Dog, but then they took over. According to Daniel RPK, this other project has been in the works for 3 years. I personally think this is an Uncharted reboot mainly because of Sean S.K. working on it, because he was the director of Uncharted Lost Legacy. It makes sense for if this is a big project, not a small one, which also makes sense since Uncharted Lost Legacy was a side story to the Uncharted series, but now they're probably giving...
I definitely want bigger projects, and make no mistake, Naughty Dog has been pretty good in a lot of aspects. It's just that there are certain things that they do, you know, bulkifying the games and all that, and gamers like not down with that, and these were like huge complaints and still are. And yeah, Neil Druckmann does something completely opposite of what gamers want, so people are always like fed up with them, because when Amy drama on games. But speaking of GTA 6, there's only one thing gamers are talking about right now, and only one thing, and yeah, check this, roll it.
The yacht scene, and yeah, the one with the absolutely unhinged jiggle physics. That whole thing looks like a cutscene too, especially the way Lucia spins around to show off her outfit. That little twirl animation feels scripted as hell. No way that's gameplay. Same deal with the conversation in the car, and the quick shot of them holding hands. And with the 919 party clip, that's another cutscene. As well as the scene where things clearly...
Yeah, like, it's very, very important questions, guys. Like, you know, people want the answers to these questions, so... You know, we got the homie Inter answering those questions right now.
Start falling apart for Jason. It's all cinematic. But right after that, when Lucia jumps down from the barred window, that moment feels like a transition, and looks like another of those scenes where we'll regain control right after the landing and keep moving. Then we get a few more obvious cutscene shots before jumping into another piece of gameplay, with Jason shooting out the window while leaning slightly from the car. That's pure gameplay, no doubt in my mind. And after that, a couple more quick cuts that scream cutscene again. And now this next clip is actually pretty interesting. At first, I thought it had to be a cutscene. I mean, there's no way we'd be able to fight like that with throwing someone up against a car or a wall. We never had anything close to that in previous GTA.
No kidding, if they developed a fighting technique and everything in this game, it's gonna be crazy. And parkour.
Man, looking back at GTA 5, bro. Oh shit! Yeah, bro, it don't look that good, right? In comparison, even though like GTA 5 still holds up to this day, and graphically speaking, it's nothing bad. It just happens to be that GTA 6 is gonna have a lot more textures, a lot more details, and the lighting is gonna be way better, right? And mind you, and people always forget, and myself included, but still, GTA 5 is a PlayStation 3 game, guys. Never forget, it's a PlayStation 3 game that came out on September 17, 2013. First on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. And then later on, it came on PC, PS4 Next Gen, first on PS4 Next Gen in 2014. 2015 was PC, and then these niggas brought it on PS5, and then they re-released it with brand new updates on the PC. They remaster, and all that. But at heart, it still is a PS3 game, which is just crazy to me, bro.
Facts.
But then it hit me. Rockstar isn't building off GTA 5 anymore. They're pulling more and more from Red Dead 2. And that kind of hand-to-hand combat was absolutely a thing in RDR 2. So now I'm leaning toward this one being actual gameplay. Same goes for the underground fight club scene with Lucia. That definitely looks like gameplay to me, and it feels like Rockstar took the cage fighting side activity from the Ballad of Gay Tony and just cranked it up. Considering Lucia's backstory, being trained to fight from a young age, it makes perfect sense that she'd be part of something like this. So I wouldn't be surprised if underground fights become a full side hustle in GTA.
Yeah, a whole lot of that strong independent.
No kids here that's gonna be fired. If they do have their side jobs and side, hustles or whatever the fuck you do, what you into, like develop as a hobby outside of GTA, what you playing, that would be amazing. It would give people something to do all the time and have something to take these frustration out instead of just going around that bitch and causing chaos. You know what I'm saying? I feel like blowing up police officers and killing people and all that shit is getting very irritating to old boy, and it just like it's just out. Come on now, you guys. At this point, y'all should probably develop some type of maturity of like, man, if I can just use this as like motivation, I put myself into play in real life, maybe I can probably live like this. You feel me?
GTA 6. Next scene is definitely a cutscene. Nothing about it screams player controlled, but right after that, we're back to gameplay. Lucia is firing off a grenade launcher, causing this massive explosion that sends 2 police cars flying into the air. And what's wild is how
She a bad girl.
the big armored police van barely moves. You can tell Rockstar really nailed the physics here. The next 2 clips that follow are most likely cutscenes again, but then we're back in action with that.
Dog, right? And of course, this is one of those leaks that came true. We heard that, and it's pretty wild that this leak came true. The original leak said that it's gonna be like Fast and Furious 5. Was it Fast and Furious 5 where they rob the vault? They do a heist, that movie was based off of bank heist, right? They take the vault and, yeah, so that's what the leak said. Was it in Fast and Furious 5 or 6? I might be mixing that up, but yeah, we had the leak and that's what we're seeing. And this scene right here, just amazing, and you see the city skyline, you see the landing gear out as well. And apparently, like, this is another chick, so underneath is Lucia, okay? So, but how did her clothes, why is she not wearing anything? I don't know, how does that happen, bro? Like, I don't know, did Lucia, like, really pull the, I don't know,
You can tell
like, let's find out. I guess the only way to find out is when the game comes out, right? So underneath, that's Lucia, but what about, like, her? Like, how did the clothes, like, where are the clothes? Where are the clothes, Rockstar? Yeah, right, like crazy. But did you see this video though? If not, click on this video on the screen. The stuff that she was caught doing, crazy. Check it out, Zero.
I'll look at it real quick. Why not?
I'm not gonna lie, I'll make music in a closet if I have to. So I use samples because, I play drums, but I don't really
know the you I am. You see, bro, y'all got fake hair hats now. Hair hats. Y'all got fake hair, eyelashes, lips.
Alright. Before we get into this, we're gonna start my stream over because this is gonna be another video.